Good morning, Twin Flames, and welcome to God Conscious Twin Flame 1111. My name is Pam, and I will be doing your reading today. On the left is for the Divine Masculine, on the right is for the Divine Feminine. I started today, as I always do, with prayer and meditation and a Bible verse. And today, I'd like to share with you what came prior to my opening up the cards. And it's in Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Well, that is some pretty helpful instructions for this Saturday, especially for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculines. The readings have been fluent and consistent, and they really want you to guard your heart and mind. Many of you have been conflicted, intellectually conflicted about this reunion, and I think it's sharing that you have too much focus on an outcome and you want to be focused on the journey. So just a slight shift in perception. You want to focus as much as possible on the journey that you're on, because in the journey is where you will be healing and you will be undergoing the transformations needed to pursue your purpose, the divine purpose that is in store for you, and the divine purpose that's in store for the love of the universe. Those that are called to this mission have a purpose of unconditional love, and then teaching that to the people around them, and as you embark and engage in your loving self and in the love and the relationship with your significant divine partner, that resonates throughout the world. It sounds pretty crazy sometimes. How can I, this one being, be responsible for all that? It is not up for us to really worry about that. That was one of my hang-ups. It is really just the beingness of love has a powerful effect on the situations that you get to be a part of on a daily basis. And that's with your kids, that's with your parents, that's with your friends, that's with your co-workers. It just is. And as you develop your fruits of the Spirit, that shines, your light shines, and you got to remember that your light within is what's shining. It's not about the exterior, it's not about the hair, it's not about the nails. It's about the gift of love that you present to the world. So that's kind of how I want to start. I want to thank everybody for watching my channel, my new viewers and my subscribers. I want to thank all the new subscribers to my channel. It means a lot to me, and it's encouraging for me to do these readings on a daily basis. It really is a blessing to be a part of your journey, and I want to thank you. If you have any questions on your particular situation, I encourage you to send me an email. I have links below. Hopefully they're working for personal readings that are guided towards your situation. Yes, the angels can work distance, and I also have recorded readings that I can provide for you so that you can go back and look at them. I've done that personally, and I've found them to be extremely helpful on my journey, and offer that to you as a potential situation. as a potential answer to your situations. So the masculine, I'm going to go into the reading now. I do this for the sake of saving time, for the sake of being in tune with the energies of the angels, for the collective, and for the readers specifically. They know who's watching, and so they know what needs to be put out there at any given time. Plus they know my capabilities, so they use me to be assistants. Excuse me. So again, we're starting with the Five of Wands, and so this is, minor conflicts, petty arguments. This is the masculine. So the energy that I get is that he's still battling with should I not. I've made all these errors, and he's still conflicted about moving forward, but he has all of the energy necessary to move forward. He's got to get through some of the karma that he created around you, within himself around you. So it is important for you, Divine Feminines, to stay away from that while he's going through that. Don't be tempted to add flames to the fire. The differences of opinion of whether or not you should move forward. His fears are keeping him at bay from you. I want you to not worry, because in this reading, he's showing that he's working through this. He wants to make an emotional offer, and that's the ultimate outcome. Now, we don't know if that's a matter of, for some of us, it's a matter of months. For some of us, it could be still within a year where the emotional offer will be made. But it's a big deal for him because of all. I apologize, we had a little glitch. I ran out of battery and failed to plug in the camera. Okay, so back to this. So all the errors that were made in the past, he's got to work through, and then he's got to figure out how to apologize sincerely. Sometimes he doesn't even know why he does what he does. Most of it is based in fear, rooted in the past, and he's got to get clear from all of that. So the differences of opinion that are going on within, and he might have had people on the outside suggesting that this relationship was no good. Kind of like, it depends on what story he told in order to get away from you. He may have told stories like you were no good, or you did this, or you did that, in order for him to justify what he did to break away from the relationship again. So just kind of stay away from all of that. Let that all work itself out. I'm seeing that unexpectedly he's going to have a shift in perception. The Eight of Wands is showing up. So the Knight of Pentacles is in the second position for him. And so with that, it means something that he's been waiting for is finally coming through. It could relate to love, work, money. If it is relating to money, it could be that he also didn't think that he could find a way to support you, and support you not just financially, but emotionally and intellectually. He may have a hard time figuring out how to clean this up. And this mess up, and there was quite a mess that was made in many situations to run. They had to make us the bad guy. And so it seems as though he is getting clarity. He's getting more visions of the Ten of Cups. He is starting to remember what it was like here more clearly. As he's working through this, he can get to this because this is in his position. This is his role in it. So he wants to get to this. He's got to work his way through to that. He might have been waiting for something to come through, maybe from the divine, maybe from work, maybe from there was a marriage involved, or he's looking for signs. He's looking for earthly signs to be able to offer in the outcome card emotional stability, emotional happiness, because he wasn't there He didn't have the ability to be emotionally stable. But this is a cups, and it's representing emotional stability. It also represents marriage, an engagement, a child. It represents all of those things, and it's a page energy, so it's early in its making, but the ultimate outcome is this, and there's swift moving energy in his world to get to that. He is looking to move closer to you. We've been seeing that, and for some, it's like I said, for some it's a matter of weeks, some it's a matter of months, some it's within a year. But he's got to clear through this, and that's literally what it looks like in his head. So if that is helpful for you to understand, you can have a little compassion and energy and empathy for that. It clouds him. Even though that you can see that there's clearing over here, it still clouds his mind. So it's best to just stay away from that. Don't add fuel to the fire. Don't try to stay away from. Don't reach out to him in this time, is what that's telling. If he reaches out to you, that's great, but keep it light. Keep it, keep it easy. Just don't bring up anything from the past. Don't bring up anything that could be construed as an attack on him. He's very sensitive right now. I witnessed that with my own twin flame. And then watch him retreat as, as we've had slight discussions. Let that all work itself out. And so moving over, and at the bottom of the deck we have the King of Swords. So he's working to get to this. King of Swords can be cutting, but he is a powerful king, and that's some of what we like about this situation, and that's some of what we don't like. So we want to make sure that the energy gets to a more stable. King of Swords keeps showing up, keeps showing up, keeps showing up. We're waiting for him to convert to a more gentle king. So that's telling me that some of them are still in the, I want this, I do, I want to be this, I want to be stable. I want to have this happy family life. I want that. I want that. So whatever energy is moving over here, let it move. You also have a swift-moving energy, Divine Feminine. You have a swift-moving energy. The Knight of Swords, it may feel very chaotic. This might be intellectually and in your thoughts. You should be ready by now. You should be, moving forward. You've got, there's a lot of knights in this spread. So there's 3 knights. And then you have the Eight of Wands, which is also a very powerful moving energy. So you may feel a little chaotic right now. Maybe the offer of going forward with him is more than you can handle after everything you've been through. So that means you've got to clear that too. And I'm sensing that the angels are letting you know that that's part of the problem, that you feel like you've been robbed again. So you want to clear. So while he's over here doing this work, you stay over on this side and do your work. You want to stay... situations not going as you anticipated. That's a lesson to stay in tune with. They keep repeating the lesson for you. The universe wants you to heal from that. Be nonchalant. This we had, I think, last week as well. Maybe yesterday. I apologize. But you have also 2 major arcana cards in your reading today. So in the unexpected position, justice will be served. Justice will be served. You need to maintain balance, emotional balance, intellectual balance. You need to be rational about the situation that makes you feel like you've been robbed. You want to be rational. So just keep focusing on, this is work that we both have to do in order for us to come together. Just focus on, this is really good for me to get clear of this, because I don't ever want to feel like this again. I want to be balanced. I want to be peaceful. I want to be, regardless of what's happening around me, I want to be in the center. I don't want to be swayed back and forth. And you can rely on God and the angels to help you with that, because they gave us that news early before I started this. Before I opened your cards, they let us know, go to the Philippians verses to help you. And then your role, this is you, the star. So have faith, believe in the mission, believe in yourself. This shows healing of rifts, harmonious relationships. You are capable of that. So they're confirming that in the unexpected, that you will be able to maintain that balance and rational behavior. You will be able to, I remember during the last time that my divine partner and I were together, there were things that came to light from the previous separation that caused me to feel hurt, that caused me to feel like I was robbed, that, I guess I had a belief that he had been working on things and he really wasn't. He was in a completely different frame of mind, and I remember thinking, wow, kind of like a judgment of he was worse off than I thought, rather than the discernment that he's not ready or didn't have the tools to get through that situation without lying. He was lying to himself, so of course he was going to lie to me and anybody around him. But it still hurt me. And I remember feeling like, that still has to get cleared. I remember thinking that it still has to get cleared. And then for me, I was grateful that it showed up, because I gave him more credit than he was capable of managing. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to impose your thoughts on the situation or your perceptions. You want to just see it for what it is. See it for what it is. The moon, which we just had, creates illusions, and my illusion was I wanted to see him healed. And I don't know if that was, I don't want to really, yes, I wanted to see him healed. I wanted to believe that he was healed, and he is healed. He just has to get there. He just has to get there. And because he has this energy still going on with him, that tells me that he's not there. But with the swift-moving energy, he's going to be forced to get there. He's going to be forced, in spite of himself, he's going to be forced to get there. He's going to be forced by the divine to get clear on the truth about love. So fear and love, you choose fear or you choose love, they can't coexist. And they want to push that out and want us to get out of that. And then in your outcome card, you have the Knight of Cups. So that's another swift-moving energy, bringing emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, emotional happiness. So you have a Page of Cups, and then you have a Knight of Cups. So that's showing me that energetically on the 5D, the energies are starting to balance, which is probably why we have the Justice card up here. The energies are starting to balance. It just still needs time for the universe to work things through. We reap what we sow, so we don't want to sow any more of this negative energy into the relationship. We want to sow the positive. Now, the Knight of Cups could also be representing, if you're in the arts, kind of like what I do, new opportunities will be presented to you. So even if it's not your divine masculine that's ready at the moment, and him not bringing you you will still feel that elation over some new work opportunities that'll be presented to you. So that's a high vibrational energy. That's really where we want to maintain as we're generating that. I think yesterday, again, the word manifestation came to me. So you are in an instant manifestation. So keep working on yourself, keep working on your craft, keep working on your personal missions that are getting you to move forward. Those are needed for you to be successful on the journey with your divine masculine. You don't want to be upset by minor setbacks, emotional, mental, or even people around you. So even if there are people around you, because our energy is starting to merge as one, you want to be mindful of what's going on in his world that potentially might be going on in your own. So you want to be clear on that. And then, yeah, see, we mentioned the moon. The moon. Don't let illusions cloud you. Be still. If you're confused about anything, be still. Don't let illusions get to you. Thank you, angels, for showing us. So the moon is just behind us. It could be casting shadows. You might be in your shadow self. Ask God and the angels to help you remove that shadow self. They want to. Before I move this, I want to go back into I'm only using one system. So today I have on the crystal clear intuition, destroy unconscious blockages and fear, cleanse negative beliefs. So that's pretty awesome for us for today. One second. I want to go back to that Bible verse. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Use that when this happens, when you feel an illusion, when you feel this happening. Use that tool to move forward, to help with this. God, in his infinite wisdom, in his wishes for you, is to be at peace. That's your God-given birthright. Be at peace. So I want to thank you for watching today. Please click the like button. Please subscribe to my channel, which is right below the video. I would love to, you'll get the readings up front. And I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for being a part of my journey. I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of yours. Blessings and love.